What's up, guys? Welcome back. Dan here, and we are back for another American Truck Simulator Talk and Drive. This is episode number 2. I'm going to keep this right on rolling. I have not played this game since the last one we did, so I'm going to keep this going with you guys. I'm ready on this end. I've got my coffee. Hopefully you have your coffee or your tea or whatever it is you drink. We've got our topics. I've got 3 topics I want to talk about today. And we still currently are renting trucks, so we're going to hop in the job market here in just a second and rent a truck and go for a little spin and see what we have to deliver today. Before I do that, I want to really quick tell you the topics I'm going to be discussing in this talk and drive, and then of course I'll go further in detail in those topics once we get out on the road. So first thing I want to talk about is that my new CPU came today, so I want to discuss that because that actually got here a little bit quicker than I thought it was going to. Second thing I'm going to be discussing later on in the Talk and Drive is the fact that I am starting over from scratch in Iracing. Yes, you heard that right. Brand new profile, starting over from scratch. I'll tell you why that is here in a little bit. And the third thing that I'm going to be discussing really quick, depending on how much time we have, is just a topic that's kind of been on my mind lately. And I've heard a couple other people talking about it, so I thought I'd put my 2 cents in, and that is what Assetto Corsa's future will be. That's the current game out now, Assetto Corsa 1. What the future of that title will be once Assetto Corsa Competizione is officially released and out on the market to play. So, you know, what's going to happen to the Assetto Corsa that we know and love right now. So I will discuss those 3 topics once we get going. We're going to hop in the job market here, and we're going to get hired. And eventually, guys, I will purchase a truck, but I want to do enough jobs to at least get about 50,000 in the bank. Currently, we've only done 1 or 2 deliveries, so we're just under 10,000 now. So maybe another 5, 6, 7 deliveries, and we should be close to where I will feel comfortable purchasing a truck, because I'm trying to do it a little bit different this time. I did it wrong the last time I played. I took a bunch of loans out from the bank. I don't want to do that this time. I want to play with a little bit more smarts, you know? So, we're just trying to get as much money as possible, kind of, sort of, for now. So, we just delivered car parts last time. We're not going to do that again. Rail export, reservoir tank. Where does that take us? That takes us back into New Mexico. I'd like to go the other direction. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Yeah, we started. Okay, so I guess it jumps around. So I'm having to remember all of this. It seems that everything is in New Mexico, and I thought you could take jobs in other states. I was going to kind of try to make our way back west, but so that's all in Arizona. Now, you know what? Prices are coming down. I want to go back to this first page. Let's just pick something from here. Reservoir tank, 22,500 pounds. Frozen food, 39,500 pounds. And we will end up in Arizona. So let's go ahead and take that. We'll take some frozen food. Let's take this job. We'll get going. We'll get on the road here, so that way we can start talking about the actual topics we have. It's probably not a good idea that I'm just drinking a cup of coffee at 9 o'clock at night just before bedtime. But that's all right. So let me see here. See if I remember these buttons. That was the way I wanted it. Was it F? There we go. Just, I don't know why. I guess once you purchase your truck, everything saves in the cabin, but it seems like everything kind of resets itself once you move into another truck. And I'm pretty sure, I thought I had changed the field of view a little bit. Let me check that. Hold on 1 second, guys. I hope I don't have to do that every single time. I thought I had it down to about, yeah, it's back at 70. So it seems like every time I get into a new truck, it's defaulting me back to the default setup, which is annoying. I want it to be on 60, and I'm not sure how you save that. There's no option here that I see to save it. So, all right, so let's look around. Pretty basic truck. No rear cabin, no sleeping quarters. All right, so I think we are going to. Okay, so we've got to, I think we're going to have to go around to the left. Yeah, okay. Disengage our parking brake and shift into first, and here we go. I think we can just basically kind of wrap right around here and make our way out. I'm thinking. Let me check that and verify that. Yep, that is the case. Oh, we've got tandem trailer behind us. Uh-oh. So we're actually pulling 2 trailers, so we won't be doing a whole lot of backing up this time. Like I said, once we get out on the main road, guys, I'll start discussing the actual topics. Alright, here we go. Got to be extra careful. Take this kind of wide here. Oh, I am going to go slow. I did get the... That's kind of difficult not to get those trailers on that curb back there. I did put the trailers on the curb by accident. Got a lot of weight back there. This truck is really getting bogged down for sure. Let's see how far we have to travel to get ourselves onto a highway here. Okay. Wow, I cannot believe how heavy this load is, or must be. It's really bogging us down. I was hoping to get out of town before I started discussing my topics, but I'll pay attention to the GPS as well as talk at the same time. That'll be fine. So, first thing on the docket to discuss today is my new CPU. So I ordered a lot of this stuff off of eBay, and it all said that it wasn't going to be here till like next week, but some of it has slowly been trickling in. Yesterday I got the thermal paste in, which funny enough, that was the very first thing that came in, was the thermal paste. Today the CPU actually showed up, and here it is. I did get a i7 7700K because I do plan on overclocking it. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of virtual reality power, and I wanted to make sure that it had plenty of juice to live stream and various other things that we plan on doing. And so I went ahead with a big dog. I was going to go with a slightly lower classed processor, but I wanted to future-proof myself a little bit. I wanted to make sure that I'd have some juice for a while. So yeah, so I've got the thermal paste is here. The actual CPU came today. And tomorrow I've got 16 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance DDR4 due to show up. Hopefully that will be on time. And then the last piece of the puzzle is going to be the brand escapes me, but anyways, it's a aftermarket CPU cooler. I think it's an Evo 212 is the name of it. I cannot remember the brand. The brand unfortunately escapes me at the moment. It is raining. See if I can remember. Oh, we're supposed to turn here too. Okay, how do I, there we go. I am not paying attention. Dangerous truck driver, dangerous truck driver. But it's raining, I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, so it is a 212 Evo, what? Cooler Master. I believe it's Cooler Master 212 Evo. And, so yeah, so anyways, sorry, I'm getting distracted by what's going on in the game here, trying not to get lost. Last time I got us lost, I don't want to do that again. Yeah, so CPU is here, i7 7700K, because I do plan on overclocking it. Thermal paste got here yesterday. The cooler should be here Thursday or Friday. I'm hoping Thursday. And the memory says guaranteed delivery for tomorrow. So yeah, so that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. kind of give you guys an update, because originally I was suspecting that it would be 2 weeks before I'd have everything installed, up and running, and luckily it looks like I'm going to be able to do all that this weekend. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Why do I feel like... Okay, maybe there's just a heavy load. Okay, yeah, it is just a heavy load. For some reason, it didn't feel like it was accelerating anymore, but it just must be this heavy load behind this low horsepower truck. So yeah, all that stuff will be here by this weekend. I hope to start working on it Friday and finishing it up sometime this weekend. I just, before I started to do this, I updated my BIOS. So I have MSI BIOS. I just went to their website, updated it, and got the latest and greatest, which was from just a few months ago. So I'm kind of glad I did that, because there's probably some other bugs and stuff for the motherboard, you know, the BIOS motherboard. So I looked at what the date was, got the latest and greatest, because sometimes it won't be compatible with the newest chipsets if you don't upgrade or update the firmware on your BIOS. So that's it. So that was it for the first topic. That's pretty awesome. I'm excited to get the computer up and running better. I mean, you know, get it up and running faster and all that good stuff. I should be able to stream now very easily, and games should play even better, even though I was not really having any issues with gaming. I just want more power. There's nothing wrong with more power and future-proofing yourself. So that's it for that one. So, second topic I wanted to talk about, guys, was starting over in iRacing. And yes, that is, I am doing exactly what I'm saying. So I have a lot of people all the time ask me, you know, what do I need to do to get started in iRacing? What's the process to get started in iRacing? And it's been so long since I actually started in iRacing. I've been in it for a long time, that things are different. You know, things work differently. The way you get started is different. And to be completely honest with you, I had let my iRating go to shit from just messing around and testing cars and stuff. So for a while now, I've considered starting over from fresh. And yes, that means that I'm losing a lot of cars that I purchased, losing tracks that I purchased. And a lot of people would think that's absolutely crazy, and it is. You would be right if you think that's crazy. It is crazy to lose all that stuff you've already paid for, but I wanted to start over from scratch. I want to do it a little differently this time. Last time I was really concerned with my safety rating. And because I was so concerned with my safety rating and getting that up quickly, my iRating really suffered. This time, I'm going to concentrate less on my safety rating and more on my iRating. Just concentrate on winning races. Now, I'm still going to be safe. That doesn't mean I'm going to get in there and knock people out of the way and all that good stuff. I'm still going to be driving safely. I still want to keep my safety rating clean, of course, because I want to get up in license class. But my main concern, my main goal is to keep that iRating up. And I thought the best way for me to do that this time is for me to just start over. I mean, sometimes, so I was getting ready to get over, but I don't know if you guys saw that dude in my mirror was coming right into me here. Let's try that again. I don't want to get any damage. I want to take all the money we can get. But yeah, so that's the idea behind it. Is I just wanted to start over. And I know most people that have been in iRacing for a while, I think that has crossed a lot of people's minds. I think a lot of people have at least thought about, you know, would I do it differently if I started over? Should I start over? And, you know, instead of thinking about it over and over again, I just decided I'm going to do it, you know? So I actually, my other account is still up. But I went ahead and stopped the automatic payments. So whenever that account runs up, that will no longer be active. And I went ahead and launched today while I was at work. I created my new account, and So that new account is going to be Dan DiMaggio, D-A-N DiMaggio, just like this YouTube channel. And it's going to be a fresh start. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. I'm going to do some rookie stuff. I'm going to do some time trials. I'm going to try to get my license up. But my main concern is going to be my iRating. Trying to win races. Trying to be really competitive. Not in some of the races, but in all of the races. You know, that's the idea. The idea is to win. The other thing I'm going to do, I branched out too far last time. I'm only going to do road stuff. I'm only going to do the road stuff. I'm not going to do circle track. I'm not going to do the rallycross. I'm just going to do road stuff and concentrate on one series at a time. That's advice I give other people, but honestly, that's advice that I didn't follow myself. I spread myself too thin. I didn't concentrate on just one thing at a time, which I highly recommend people doing now. Because I feel like you just perform better if you're really concentrating on one type of piece, you know, one particular car or one series, or at least just a few series. I literally was all over the place, jumping back and forth, and there's just not enough time in the day for anybody to do that much practicing, to be consistent and competitive in any one thing if you're jumping all over the board. I mean, maybe for some younger people, you guys may be able to do that, or retired people. But, you know, I work a regular job, and then I try to make YouTube videos and all that stuff. If you're in that position, wow, I just had a hard frame hit. But if you're in that kind of position, you really have to you know, balance your time out. So I'm just going to concentrate on one, maybe two series, not buy a bunch of cars, just purchase the cars that I need, the tracks that I need, because I think that iRacing can still be very fun without spending a lot of money. And that's kind of what I'm setting out to do, because a lot of people ask me it all the time, you know, can iRacing be fun without spending a bunch of money? And I think so. And that's kind of, I'm trying to get some insight for myself so I can relay that information to you guys, or the new guys that are considering getting into iRacing and stuff. So yeah, so that was the second piece of information. I am legitimately starting over a new profile on iRacing. It's no longer going to be the old Daniel DiMaggio, because that's ruined anyways. I really screwed up my iRating, and I screwed up my safety rating and stuff. It's now Dan DiMaggio. I used a completely new email. And I think I'm going to enjoy it more, because I'm going to concentrate on racing and winning more so than trying to stay out of everybody's way and start from the back. The one thing I will want to touch on is I'm going to try to get to a C class pretty quickly, because I'm considering running with the Sim Pit crew in the Petite Le Mans. So I have to be a C class to do that, and I think that'll be fun. But we'll have to wait and see. You guys can let me know in the comments if you think that's something I should try to do. If I try to do that, I'm going to have to use my new profile, which means I'm going to have to get up to a C class, which I can do. I think there's still 6 weeks left. I can fast track a couple of times. But that kind of goes against the whole thing I'm saying here, and that's just to take my time, practice, win races, etc. But we'll see. That we're going to play that one by ear. I know they've already got a bunch of people who can actually partake in it. They don't need me for sure by any means. I'd be the slowest person on the track anyway, so you know I'd probably just slow them down. But I do think it'd be kind of fun. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to play that by ear. But I definitely did start over in iRacing, and I'll probably start those events tomorrow. So it's green. It says I can bypass the weigh station. Good. Last time, if you guys remember, if you watched the previous episode of this, I pulled into the truck station when it was telling me not to, but I didn't realize that you didn't have to if the light was green. This time we rolled on through. So that was the second topic, and then the last topic that I'll kind of just dwell on a little bit until we finish up this route here is, what is Assetto Corsa's future? What's the future of Assetto Corsa once Assetto Corsa Competition officially is released? Because this has been kind of a hot topic. I've heard a lot of people talking about this. There's a lot of discussion back and forth. Some people think it's going to die. Some people are going to think it's going to continue on until forever. And you know, I'll just be straight up with you. Here's my opinion on it. Assetto Corsa Competition seems like such a specific niche kind of game. I mean, they have said over and over again that it's very specific to one type of series. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of room for modifications. I think they're gonna somewhat make it difficult to bring mods into the game. Assetto Corsa is as popular as it is because of the modding community. Because even now, there's just not that much base content available in the base Assetto Corsa game. Most of what people use, even to race leagues and series, are going to be modded cars, modded tracks, and, you know, without that being available in Assetto Corsa Competition, I think that's seriously going to limit the people that go over and use that title. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, and I think that is the aim of Kunos for that title. They want it to be official, an official series, officially sanctioned, and they want it to be just the go-to place to go and race in that kind of series, in that kind of championship, with that kind of car, on those specific tracks, and that's it. And I think they're going to really try to bank on profiting off of esports with that game. That's where they're going for that. It's going to be esports is what they're trying to that's the route they're trying to go with competition. It's going to be esports competitions, winning money. The game will make money off of that. And Assetto Corsa, I think, is still going to stick around for those people who just want to drive cars and have fun. The drifters, you know, the drifters, the hot lappers, the cruisers, all these Facebook pages, all these different people, they're still going to continue to use the original Assetto Corsa. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Eventually, of course, Kunos will stop updating the title. They'll stop updating things, fixing things, and stuff like that. But that's where the community comes in and just does it themselves. It's like R Factor 1. R Factor 1 was out of production, you know, or out of being used by the developers for a very long time, and it still went and went and went because people were constantly creating new modifications, cars, tracks, plugins. People were still using it for leagues because of the ease of use, and that's kind of what I think is going to happen with Assetto Corsa. I think Assetto Corsa is just going to continue right on, and it's almost going to be like they are two completely different games, almost as if they were from different developers, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? They're not. Obviously, Kunos makes both titles, but it's going to be two different games for two different things. The competition is going to be for esports specifically and stuff like that. That's where they're going to make their money off of it. And then Assetto Corsa is still going to exist as it does today. The place you go to just hot lap cars and do stuff like that. And there's going to be a much bigger variety of things you can do on Assetto Corsa, like there is now. That's obvious. That's not going to change. I just don't think that's going to be available in Assetto Corsa Competition. Now, there's a good chance I could be wrong, guys, and if I am wrong about that, and they do end up allowing mods and things like that on Competition, now I do think at that point, whenever that is, whether it's in 6 months from now or 10 years from now, I do think that at that point, then Assetto Corsa will become, you know, it'll be pushed to the wayside. But the key thing here is I don't think that's going to happen. I think Assetto Corsa Competition is going to continue to stay focused on the competition aspect and the esport aspect. And as long as that is the way I think it is going to be, there will be no room for the mods and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of simple, but you know, that's just my take on it. I know some people disagree and some people agree, but that's my take on it. So those of you who are worried about Assetto Corsa going somewhere, I wouldn't be worried about that. I don't see that happening, at least not for a very, very long time, because there's too many people that play it. And there is too many people. Oh boy, sorry. Just trying to get my camera turned back around. Alright, let's see. Where are we supposed to put this thing? This may be difficult with this large trailer here. Alright, so yeah, so that was actually kind of, oh, that's easy enough, isn't it? Right back there. So that's kind of my take on it, guys. I don't think Assetto Corsa is going to go anywhere. I think it's here to stay for a long time. And I don't think you guys have anything to worry about. I'm going to concentrate a little bit, try to get this truck into this slot here. How would one get the truck out of this spot if they, once they dropped off? Yay! To skip parking the trailer. Did I go too far? Thought I had a T. Yep, there we go. Bam! Alright. I definitely must have the parking set to easy. I meant to go into that last time and adjust that to make it a little more difficult. But, man, that was just about perfect timing. Continue on. So what do we have as far as money now? Let's see. Alright, so we are up to $14,000. So another 3 or 4 runs, we should have a nice chunk of change in the bank. And then I will go and purchase a truck if I can. You know what? I don't even remember how much the cheap ones cost. Let's look really quick before we get off of here. Truck dealers. Elko. Reno. Oh, these are towns. Okay. So this is the only one I can go to, apparently, the Peterbilt, because this is close to where I am. Visit the selected dealer. Do you really want to travel to Albuquerque? Yes. I'm just curious what the base model trucks cost. Okay, well, this is the bottom of the line truck right here, I think. They only get more expensive from here. Yes. So the bottom of the line truck is over $100,000. So I was thinking 50 for some reason, but yeah, that was wrong, obviously. So I do think that I'm going to save up to purchase a truck. I think I'm going to rent trucks until I have enough money to purchase a truck. I don't want to do what I did last time. Last time I took loans out to buy trucks and hire drivers. I think I'm just going to do it differently this time. That was the whole reason for redoing this, was to do it differently than I did last time. That's a nice one there. So, you know, we're going to save up some money, get a nice truck, and then customize it and see where we go from there. So that's what we're looking at, over $100,000. I forgot there were that much. So, have a little sip of coffee here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these. I know they're not getting as many views as some of my other videos, but I enjoy it. It's relaxing for me. I get to talk to you guys. And then maybe eventually this will become a live stream once I get my PC all set up. And maybe you guys will like that. But I'm definitely going to continue doing these, even if they only net a couple hundred views, just because I enjoy them. You know, I like playing this game. I like sharing it with you. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. So yeah, so new CPU is here. I should have the other stuff here in the next couple of days. Should have that built this weekend and back going stronger than ever on Monday. I may start on iRacing this week, but or maybe next week, I'm not sure, but the profile is already created. It's ready to go. Dan DiMaggio is officially in iRacing. He's got 0 races in, so I'm going to get that started pretty soon. I'm just going to jump into the Mazda Cup like most people do, try to race as hard as I can and avoid as many collisions as I can. And, you know, you guys, I told you guys my thoughts on Assetto Corsa when a competition comes out, and I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think Assetto Corsa will stick around for a very, very long time. That's going to be it for this one, episode 2, guys, of the American Truck Simulator Talk and Drive. I do hope you guys are enjoying these. Please leave a like if you are. If you are new and you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you will know anytime I put a video up or do a live stream. As for that, that's all I've got for you, folks. So thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. We'll see you.